everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a VOD review. This is actually for Stormie. We are back obviously with another Stormie VOD. They are platinum free though, which is really great, and it is a win. The other play Mercy, and things they want to work on is luck has really been on my side recently. I went from gold 2 to platinum 3 today, which is insane, Stormie. Absolutely crazy. This game is a bit all over the place. In some areas, my positioning is definitely getting worse as the game goes on. This was a previous thing that I mentioned. And it gets me killed a few times. Also, third point, first round has some very stupid moments involving me, the other supports, and the enemy tank. Alright, Stormie. So I guess we'll kind of like look to see how we can correct these like bad moments of positioning for ourselves. But if you guys want help with your own Mercy, would you like your own free Mercy VOD review? I do them live on my Twitch on Sundays at 2 PM in the UK, but don't worry if you can't make that time, as I also do them offline and upload them straight to YouTube as well. They only cost 7,500 Koala Moolah, or channel points as they're probably better known, which you can get completely for free by watching like my streams basically. I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays at around 5:30 PM UK, so be sure to hop on over there, get saving, and you can have your very own VOD either shown live on stream or be done offline and just be posted to YouTube afterwards. For more info, do not be afraid to hop into the stream or come and join the Koala Creek Discord and ask one of my lovely mods over there. The link for that will be in the description. Now, back to the VOD. And yes, so I guess we're kind of like just get straight into it. We are using Jingle Bell as well right now. I love the use of Jingle Bell when it's currently July. So I love all the little festivities right now. You know, I wish it could be Christmas every day. But it's still a really cute skin though, don't get me wrong. Looking at our team comp, we have two really good damage boostable DPS here. We have ourselves our Sojourn and we have ourselves our Soldier as well. Both really great. Obviously looking to damage boost Sojourn whenever she slides up to go and contest someone or she has a charge shot. And I would just say the rest of the time, especially as you're getting into these team fights, be sat here damage boosting your Soldier. We also have Ana, which is really great for our Diva, because Diva will just go down onto the high grounds. And as long as Ana has LOS, she can help out. But just making sure that whenever our Ana doesn't have LOS, then we're going in to go and help our Diva. But it's all good, keep going. Let's get started. I'm excited to see. So already really great so far with the damage boost. Nice. Nice. Don't worry too much about them because obviously we know our Diva's, our Ana's there. Cannot do anything about our Diva though because she just went in extremely aggressively. What I would do here is just either play in this room or play a little bit more kind of with your cover like back here. We don't need to be kind of just vibing out here because it opens up the angle. And also, when the Winston dives in a second, it means that we're going to be in range of him electrocuting us, I guess is the word you can say. So just if you can, try just to play back and play kind of safe over here instead, because we don't need to be kind of peeking this angle right now. We can still do the exact same thing as what we're doing, but over here. Alright, we keep going though. I've clicked the wrong button. We keep going. Nice, good heals onto Ana. Nice. Very nice. Can't really do anything for that. You can't really do anything for your Soldier, even though he has got a pick, which is really great. Very nice. Nice. Love that. Love how you go to go to meet him halfway. This is really great. However, my issue with you now is where you've ended up after the sling, okay? Love the sling to go in. Very nice, okay? But where should we position ourselves after we've done the sling? Well, after we've done the sling, we want to try and make sure that, you know, we're in a good place and a good position for ourselves. Whether that be up onto this high ground, up onto that other high ground. I would not recommend being down onto cart. Because obviously, you know, we do want to try and get away. And obviously, we know that the Winston's going to come through and dive, okay? So what I would do here is, after this sling, I would either get myself up onto here, or even kind of like just come down to here if we desperate, you know, if we do want to be on the ground for some reason. And then we can go and help Ana. Yeah, I was waiting for Aaron, which is what I'm going to get onto in a second. Because if we kind of sling ourselves up onto here and then we realize, oh no, our Ana, we can then, you know, get our beam onto her like quite quickly and easily. We, you know, like drop down for her basically. But just if we need to try and go and help this Ana, okay, make sure that we're not just slinging ourselves out randomly into the open as we have done. Instead, try to sling ourselves to somewhere where we can go and help our Ana if we desperately need to. Or sling ourselves into our own safety first and then go and help the Ana. Alright? So just make sure that we're looking for a good way to rotate before we go and do that. But we keep going. Nice. Nice. Do that as a sling here. The reason why you want to do a sling is because you'll get to your Diva a lot sooner here rather than just doing the vertical super jump. Nice. Nice, you do end up getting the turrets for everyone, which is very nice. Stay damage boosted here. Very nice. Nice GA to cover as well. Very, very nice. And overall, really, really great so far, though, Stormie. Obviously, that just minor positional error. Don't be afraid to push forward here, by the way, with your team. Like, you kind of, like, just G yourself forward. If your Sojourn decides to release her charge shot, then you're already this damage booster. But I don't think these guys are going to recontest this point now, so you guys are all good. Yeah. So it's all good. Just make sure that we're kind of like just looking up at these guys as well, and just in case as we're doing so. Because, you know, we can see our Sojourn's thing really, really quick, really, really easily. And they don't really have a flanker at all to be able to attack your Ana at all, really. The only people that could really attack is obviously if the Winston dives in, or if the Sim TP's in. You'll hear the Sim TP really, really, like, obviously, and you'll hear the Winston, well, I mean, you'll see the Winston, you'll see this gigantic monkey just come jumping in to try and come for the Ana, right? So don't be afraid just to kind of keep an eye on what these guys are doing as we're kind of like just topping up our Sojourn and stuff like that. But other than that, really, really great. Yeah, and that's the reason why I want to try and make sure that she's okay, so we can hop in to try and help our diva a little bit sooner than what we have done, okay? But it's all good. Keep going. Your Ana's been sleeping this Winston so well. Nice peel for your Ana here. As soon as she's safe enough, though, go and damage with your Baby Diva. Baby Diva's going to obviously try and build ultimate charge off the Winston right now to be able to get back into her mech. So just make sure that we're damage boosting her a little bit more there. And then throughout this entire sequence, obviously Bubble's up now, so we can't really do anything. But throughout this entire sequence, be looking to make our Baby Diva the main blue beam target if we can. We want to try and make sure that she gets her mech back, because as soon as she gets her mech back, we can go in and start re-engaging, okay? But it's going to be so hard if our Diva doesn't have her mech. We keep going. She ends up getting it back now, which is really, really great. So we can stick out with our Sojourn a little bit more. Nice. Nice. Nice peel for Ana as well. Nice. I like the upwards here, because obviously it makes it harder for the Winston to try and get to us. Make that super jump, by the way, if you still want to stay up in the air. Make that behind this fountain, because you know that with the Winston's obviously making space with his primal. Yes, he might never get picks, but he's making a lot of space because, you know, he's forcing you guys to come really, really far back. And we don't want to be an LOS of main where, you know, their cast could possibly and their BAP is right now, okay? So just make this once again, make the super jump just behind this pillar here, just the fountain even, just to make sure that we're kind of playing out of LOS of main. Nice. All this is fine. Very, very nice. Make sure you damage boost to DPS though instead of Diva. Nice. Overall, really, really well played there so far, Stormie. Very, very nice. Just once again. I push up now. Nice. Go up with your Diva here. The reason is because I think the soldier's going to go and use the stairs here to get up onto this high ground. And we want to try and just take hold of this high ground. Because this high ground here on Dorado 2nd is so important. Because if you guys have control of this high ground and they don't take control of the high ground, or if they're trying to like push up to this high ground, it's very, very hard to, unless if they go into this one here. But we just want to, like, try and make sure that we're taking hold of one of them, okay? So as soon as your Diva comes up, be setting up for the next team fight. GA up with your Diva, and then we're ready, and we're going to be ready with the soldier in a second, okay? We do have a lot of ultimates as well, which is going to be really, really interesting to see what happens in this next team fight. What I've been looking for is I've been looking to try damage boost one of these, whether it be, you know, the Sojourner or the Visor. I remember if he does end up getting nanoed as well, we could still do a lot with it, because we can obviously damage boost both. Well, we could damage this with the nano. That's what I was trying to get out. Sorry. Nice. Rotate yourself back here. Very, very nice. My main key thing is although it's good to kind of like just vibe upon this high ground, okay? Try if you can to think a little bit about your positioning, okay? Think to yourself, as we're up here, where would I go if, say, the cast came up just through that window and started to high noon? What would I do if, I don't know, the Sim just decides to TP onto me and stuff like that, okay? So if you can, try just, what's it called? Try going over here. How much percentage does Nano Boost of damage? So Nano Boost does a 50% increase of damage, and then Mercy does 25% as well. So if you include both of them, it's a 75% increase on the original damage. So it can, I think Genji can still one shot as well. But yeah, anyways, we'll keep it going though. But so yeah, just if we can, try just to, what's it called? Try just playing this like little piece of cover over here. We keep going. Nice peel here. Very, very nice. Don't be afraid to push that damage boost a little bit sooner onto your soldier though, because he has that healing pad down. Damage boost your diva when she dives in here as well. You know, she has, what's it called? She has a lot of HP right now, so it's okay. So we can very much just go in and just, what's it called? Damage boost your diva she dives in and tries to get rid of the sim as quick as possible. Don't sling yourself forward as we're doing this though, okay? Let's quickly rewind it back. So it's all good. Obviously, I was saying to damage boost your soldier a little bit sooner than what we did. What you could do here is you could just vibe up on this high ground, okay? There's nothing stopping you from just staying up on here and just beaming and, you know, trying to get rid of her, you know, the sim. Because we can even pistol the sim, like, from up here, basically. But we don't know if they're going to, you know, respawn really quickly. Let's say one of them decides to switch to Lucio and respawns really, really quickly. And they just go absolutely Frogger mode on you and just absolutely, you know, annihilate you, basically. If we can, just kind of stay up, vibing up on this high ground and just kind of play our safety and play safe over here. Just waiting for, you know, we can get rid of the sim and then obviously go back onto the point. It also means as well, let's say the cast respawns and just says just a high noon, like, main or, like, up here, for example. We could just drop down behind this cover really, really easily. Alright? So just kind of just still play back, because remember, the team fight isn't fully won yet. There's still a sim that's, you know, needs to go, basically. So just kind of, like, vibe up here, sit and damage boost whoever's going to be, you know, attacking the sim, and then we can go on from there, basically. There's no need for us to sling it in. Was it good? Because you can hear them all coming in now. And we don't want to be in that risky scenario. We're going to do pushing in, which is really, really great. Nice heals onto Diva here. Can't do anything with her, though. As she ends up, what's it called? Just walking. Your soldier's being really, really aggressive. Can't really do anything about that. Yeah, your team is end up feeding there. I like that you kind of knew, though, that obviously it's going to be lost and everything. Well, not lost, but, like, you know, they're going to overextend, so you don't bother, like, going too far out, though. Really, really nice. Just as soon as we know it's, like, fully lost, then just kind of back off with your honor. These guys are just going to absolutely annihilate your honor right now. It's just best just to reset. So we either go in here and we just pistol and just, you know, just die. Or we use the honor to get GF ourselves back out and just meet back up with our team. Alright? We don't want to be kind of stalling this out any longer. We just want to die quick, go back in again. We're probably going to go in with a nano overclock and just go in, basically. Alright, we keep on going, though. I can see what ends up happening. Nice, we ended up making it out, which is really, really great, but what ends up happening is our honor ends up getting staggered. It would have just been better if she just ended up dying really quick here. Nice to go for the red zone to be able to get her out as soon as possible, though. And we end up getting the cast as well, which is really, really great. Nice. We don't need to Valk here. The reason why we don't need to Valk here is because these guys are really, really far back. And also, we've already not won the team fight, but we've already got a key member of their team already gone because we've lost cast because the diva drove the cast. Okay, we don't need to Valk here. Instead, we just need to kind of just G ourselves up onto this high ground or something here and just kind of just vibe. Okay, allow ourselves to what's it called? To just what's it called? To, you know, stabilize ourselves, and if they want to start pushing in again, then we can go and do it. I think I fat fingered it. It's alright. We'll see what you end up doing with... Oh, what have I done? I'm so sorry. I've done something with my chat. Just, yeah, just if you can, try to make sure that we're, what's it called? That we're trying to get the most out of this Valk if you do end up, what's it called? Fat fingering it. Nice. I love the damage boost onto the diva, though, to help her engage in. As soon as you can, though, try to kind of flick your main blue beam onto, like, one of these guys, because these guys are going to do the most damage for you now. So, just if you can, try just kind of go out and damage boost these guys to try and take out, like, some of the supports or something a little bit sooner. I see bomb ends up happening. Nice. That's on your soldier. Let's go back to res. Yeah, there's not too much you could do for your soldier, to be honest, because I know you wanted to push the damage boost as much as possible. Is what it is. That's on your soldier for having bad position in there. But so good. Nice to see that we're pushing point. So we used all of our ultimates now, so there's nothing really we do have to kind of, like, stay with. Make sure we're rotating this a little bit sooner than what we have done. We had to kind of just vibing here for a second, like, Zarya, okay? What could we do? Well, let's say we were playing our cover really, really smartly here. We're playing over here, playing with the soldier. We see Zarya coming in, okay? We could then G ourselves over to here. By G'ing ourselves over to here, it gives us the option to go with our Sojourn if we need to, and it also gives us the option, you know, to still help our soldier main, basically. But we just don't want to kind of just be sat here just like, oh no! Zarya! You know, we want to be, like, pre-prepared for the Zarya and make sure that we're out of LOS of her beforehand, basically. The big boss Zarya's coming. Okay, hold on. I'm intrigued now. Do a super jump up. Okay, I was just about to say, do a super jump up to help your Sojourn, but it's all good. Nice. What I would do throughout this scenario, by the way, is as soon as I see that soldier peek, if you kind of just walk forwards, like kind of like where your honor is right now, you're in GA range, go with her. The reason is because we want the soldier to try and build up a visor really, really quickly, which he can do very, very nicely with a damage boost. And then bam, he's gonna go, tactical visor, and just kind of like get all these guys in the background, okay? Because they've used the tree. Yes, they might have their nano to be able to nano and keep up the Zarya and everything, but we're on a really, really good flank with the soldier if they don't know that we're there, okay? So as soon as we see that soldier, go back to go and help him. Remember, he is our main blue beam target, alright? So just make sure as soon as we get LOS of that soldier, go in, alright? Nice cover usage. I respect the res, because obviously, you know, you do want to try and just keep this team fight up and going. So I respect the res. But at this point, same thing again as I was saying earlier. Just let yourself, like, you and your honor die here. If you just let you and your honor die here, we reset everyone. We just reset, go in with a new team fight, okay? Because there's no need for us to stagger ourselves at all here. All right, keep going though. That is actually insane that you guys win that out, actually. Because I was feeling like, oh yeah, just damage boost, just to reset, and you know, just like go again, because it was a lost team fight, and then oh my, I need to rewatch this. Let me rewatch this. Wow, watch from the Zarya's perspective. Okay, right. One more. We do one more time, guys. One more. How much charge does she have as well? She had a lot of charge. What happened then? Why are we reloading? Dude, if she didn't reload here, she would have got your honor, by the way. I don't know why she reloaded here. Obviously, she has to reload there because she's wasted all of her beam. Wow. Bless her. Yeah, she should have reloaded that first time and then also used a little bit more of the left clicks, but remember we're not here to rate the Zarya, we're here to rate the Mercy, so you know, we're not gonna go too hard on the Zarya. But I was just really interested to see what ended up happening. And I bet that's your honor typing something, by the way, to the Zarya. But it's so good, we keep going. So they have Hanzo Dragons. We see that's coming to point, so obviously we play back for a second. Oh, go on, do the res. Do the res. No, whenever you do this, you have to kind of like flick it. The reason is because if you don't know this bit is slightly curved to this side. So whenever you're on top of it, it will automatically curve you to this side the majority of the time, unless you're over this, unless you know, you're kind of far enough over this side basically. So if you can, try to kind of make sure that we're flicking this, kind of like how you would do as like a mini super jump res, but like behind the cover basically. So we just want to make sure that we're kind of like just doing it over the top like this. I respect the res though, and I love as well how you go for it because you need to go and do this res. So very, very nice. Just make sure we're doing this like a little bit like a flip over if you can. All right, we keep going though. Unfortunately, we're now slept on the floor. We're now hacked on the floor. We're Valkin now though, which is great. Nice ping as well. Very, very nice. Wow, just unfortunately it ends up. Go for the Sombra. Go for the Sombra. This is me being extremely aggressive as a Mercy, because this is how I like to play as a Mercy, right? We know when Sombra tries to translocate away from a team fight, it's most likely that she's going to be weak, okay? She's used her hack, she's used everything onto the soldiers, get rid of him. Bam! Go in for her, right? Because you can see where she translocates to, right? So as soon as we kind of see that she's translocated up here, I'd be with my pistol and I'd be going for it, right? The reason why I'm saying to do this is because don't be afraid just to kind of, you know, fight this Sombra. Especially because, you know, this is not a lost team fight, but it's going to be a lost team fight in a second if they allow respawners and we don't get these guys quickly, okay? Whereas if we get the Sombra really, really quickly, this helps stabilize this a lot more for us, alright? So, I would go really aggressive here. I'd go really, really aggressive and go in with a Sombra. But that's just me playing a very aggressive Mercy, I would say, compared to a lot of other people. Nice. Make sure we're damage boosting as soon as the Honor sleeps someone. Nice. Positioning here. So make sure we're using these super jumps here to be able to go up on the high ground. I respect the first one because obviously we're trying to figure out where the Sombra is. So I respect the first one. But then as soon as we know where the Sombra is, which is down below behind us, then go back up onto this high ground here as soon as we can, alright? I don't like blocking people. Why? It's so fun. But sometimes it's needed because sometimes it can really just help stabilize out that team fight, you know? Nice though. Very, very nice. Nice. Nice damage boost onto the Rhine there as well. Just make sure, once again, if we're safe, stay in that space. We're really, really, like, we're really, really safe to be able, like, just to play up on here, basically. There's no need for us to rotate at all, basically. So we could just literally just... We could literally just stay up here. Alright, keep going, though. That's res on the Rhyme. Just once again, when we've done that res, make sure that we have that escape route and going back up onto the high ground. That aim was fine, Stormie. I don't know what you're talking about. That aim was fine. Nice. Just damage boost Ryan swings towards the end of that. But that, really, really great so far, Stormie, though, I will say. I feel like we did, obviously, as soon as we did have the sleep dart hit us, we did kind of lose our flow a tiny bit. Just make sure, if we're safe, stay in that space, okay? There was so much time that we could have just spent on this high ground over here because we're not being contested, okay? If we're not being contested, stay where we are, you know? There's no need for us to rotate if we're still in beam range of everyone and we're not being contested by anyone. Because looking at the respawners, who did they have to contest us? Only really the Sombra, okay? So just kind of like, just stay up on here, basically, and just kind of vibe up here. And just, you know, vibe. Alright, we keep going through. Oh, that really, really great so far. Just obviously, with our positioning as well, if we can, try just to be a little bit more strict with where we're going. Reses have been really, really great as well. I respect all your reses. They were really, really great. My only kind of key thing is just your beam management ever so slightly. There's a few times where we could have damage boosted the Honor with her nades, or we could have damage boosted certain things, like, for example, with the Rhine swinging on someone that's really, really weak. Just a quick flick on the damage boost would get them really, really quickly. And just, yeah, just certain bits of positioning, like I said earlier, like, we just want to make sure that we're kind of using our cover quite a bit more. But with that, you're doing really, really well, Sweet. I don't know why I'm sat here just watching the payload move back and forth, because I can skip forward. But yeah. Oh, look at the cute little Pegasus. That's so cute. Next round is Hell, if I remember. My flow is gone. Alright, we'll have to see. Sorry, I was having my drink. Alright, let's go. Oh, we have an Echo now, which is quite interesting. I would try just to kind of make sure that we're damage boosting the Echo whenever she goes in with her stickies quite aggressively. It's okay if you're not with her at the beginning, because she is in a very, like, kind of aggressive angle. Ooh. I respect that you don't go res that. The only way you can res that is obviously if your diva decides to give you a DM, which she doesn't. She just stands there and goes, haha, hello. Like, you know. So you're not going to be able to go and res that. Like that decision making from you and just end up kind of just backing off. I would look to see if we can link up with our Echo, though. What's going on with our GAs here as well? Is it good? Nice. Nice peel for Honor again. Nice. Let's talk about this. Is this bit okay? As soon as we can hear this Winston jumping onto us, we need to try and make sure that we're like getting ourselves away or getting ourselves so we're in LOS of someone. We could have GA'd to our order here and just gone and like kind of played out and gone like to maybe link up with our Sojourn or something here, rather than kind of like just us being like, oh no, like Winston kind of thing, okay? Our diva is full HP. She's going to be completely fine if we leave her for 2 seconds, okay? It's not like a DPS where if you leave them for 2 seconds, they're gone, okay? because she's a tank, you know, and it's against a Winston, she's going to be absolutely fine, okay? So use your honor and G yourself through. I was to try and go to the Sojourn, but I turned my sense up and I'm still getting used to it. No, it's alright, sweet. To us, I feel like you would have struggled to get to the Sojourn anyways due to these, like, kind of pieces of cover, and it would have just been better if we just G'd through with the honor. But it's so good. We don't end up kind of getting ourselves quite far out, which is really, really great. Very, very nice. Nice. Same thing again. As soon as Anna sleeps, someone go in to go and damage boost her nade, basically. So yeah, I'm still trying to adjust to the flicks. No, it's alright. To us, getting used to a new sense can take a little bit of a while, especially if like you've turned it up and everything. So don't worry too much about it. Just make sure you're still comfortable with the sense. And you're not kind of, you know, struggling with it at all. Nice way for your diva to get back, so obviously we don't want to peek the widow. Very nice. My only thing is how we're positioning throughout this entire thing, okay? It's fine while the team aren't here and they're not pushed up yet, but as soon as that team start pushing up, we need to try and make sure that we're looking to use some kind of cover. Using, like, kind of this area, for example. Using this inside room if we need to. Even, like, the stalls kind of, like, back here, okay? We just want to try and make sure that we're using our positioning a little bit better here. I would have used my GA as well to follow through with the Sojourn, or use my diva to GA through to go and follow up with the Sojourn. Because then we can G ourselves up to here. We can play with our Sojourn kind of like aggressively here. If Winston decides to attack us, then, you know, we can then G ourselves back out if we need to. But yeah, just make sure they're going up with the Sojourn here if we can. Nice. Very, very nice. Love that, Stormie. I love your change of beam management there. Absolutely beautiful. Very, very nice. Nice. Just same thing again, make sure that we're not slinging ourselves out into the open if you can. Instead, try to use your sling to once again go into like some kind of piece of cover or something and then go to meet up with your team. Don't just kind of slinging ourselves like out into the open basically. Alright, we keep it going though. Nice. Let's rewatch this because I didn't like who you were focusing throughout this entire thing, I will be honest. So this is fine, you backing out here. I would have just gone in aggressively with your Echo here. The reasoning is because your Echo is wanted to go and contest this Reaper and has gone in really, really aggressively. Bottom is going to allow you as well to go aggressively as well, right? So just go in with your Echo here. Go in with your Echo, allow her to start being aggressive. And then if you see the Winston harassing your order a little bit, then don't be afraid to obviously, you know, go back and peel for her. But you can see your Echo wanted to commit in, so go and commit in with her. She also has her like copy ult as well, so if she does get in like into a little bit of trouble, she can, you know, can turn into Reaper basically and just plow for him. So yeah, I don't know how to stop doing that because I think I'm working on it, but I'm not. I focus tanks a lot. I feel like my best piece of advice I can give to you, Stormie, is is default to your DPS a little bit more. And what I mean by that is when you load into a game, right, look at your team and think, okay, who is my main blue beam target? That is going to be your Echo in this case, right? And make it your top priority to try and stay with them as much as possible. Like, I want you to play a game, go into it, okay, we got an Ashe, okay, Ashe can be my main blooming target. And then look to see how long you end up spending with your Ashe compared to, like, other people, basically, okay? Because obviously it is your main job to kind of, like, stay with them as much as possible, right? And then you can kind of like look and try and look to see, okay, how much time are we spending with the tank and how much are we kind of like going with our DPS and everything like that. Because I feel like it starts off quite well towards the start of the team fight, but then as soon as, like, for example, say this monkey is diving into us, you get all panicky and like, oh my gosh, like, you might need to, you know, like, what's it called? Go and panic and stuff like that, right? Instead, if you can, try just, what's it called? Try just kind of not panic too much. Our Ana is super, super capable of what she's doing, basically, because she can go in, she can, like, you know, she's been naded and sleeping as Winston so well, so she can keep, she, you know, she can keep herself up, okay? So just, if we can, be really, really mindful when we're next playing Stormie that we need to be kind of like, what's it called, following up with this Echo a little bit more. All right, but we keep it going. I'm gonna see what we end up doing throughout this entire thing. So we end up kind of staying to, obviously, you know, peel for the Sojourn and everything. Right. I know that you see D.Va is critical right now, but that is because she's used her bomb and now she's remeching, okay? So she's in a, like, invulnerable state right now because obviously she's remeching. So if we can, as she's doing so, go peel for your Honor here, because we need to try and keep our priority on these guys now that we decided not to go with the Echo and go in aggressively. We have to stay back and go and help these guys with the Winston dive, all right? Now, into popping Valk, it's just unfortunate that, you know, our thingy ends up falling. I don't mind the rest on the Honor, especially because she has Nano. Just make sure that we're still using our cover, by the way, as we're doing this Valk. I like, obviously, how you are with this Valk. Just make sure that we're still kind of playing our piece of cover, like the fountain, that kind of stuff, as we're doing so. Just to make sure that, let's say, you know, the May decides to hit, like, some straight icicles on us and stuff like that. Just make sure we're playing our cover usage a tiny bit more here. So we end up kind of going on to point to keep it contested. Damage boost here. With Echo duplicate ultimates, we want to try and damage boost them as much as possible to be able to get her ult off, because the main reason why Echo will duplicate someone is mainly for the ultimate or just like for general survivability and stall. So just spend all your time damage boosting the duplicated Echo here to be able to try and get as much, you know, damage out. The reason why I want to is so they can build a primal really, really quickly, and then primal can be used to help stall us out even longer. But we're just kind of like sat there healing when they're like nearly full HP. So just try, if you can, to push that damage boost a little bit more there. Nice. Same thing, make sure we're using that GA to get ourselves to a piece of cover. I know they are wanting to stall this point right now, but your Echo's doing this really, really nicely, okay? And we're still, I know it's at 4.4 meters, but we've still got a tiny bit of time, okay? So don't be kind of doing these, like, vertical super jumps above the point. If you can, just try and make sure that we're playing around the side. All right, we're keeping going. Same thing, make sure we're using that GA to go over to a piece of cover. Nice. That's a better piece of cover. And then you want to use that GA here to get yourself up onto this high ground. But can you see how that Winston could just very easily mow us down because we're just doing super jump, super jump, super jump like this, like on the payloads. The Winston just has free reign of us. He could just like sit there and just, you know, tickle us with his little like electricity or whatever it is, right? Instead, allow our Echo to contest this, because our Echo's been contested this really, really well, and we support the Echo by playing off to the side. It forces the Winston then to be able to get us to use like his jump or something. If he then uses his jump, then we can go up onto this high ground, or we can rotate over to here, basically. You know, we just want to try and force out the Winston onto us if we want, if we can, to force him away from this payload. And, you know, we want to try and to get to us because we're keeping the Echo up so well. We don't want to give ourselves to Winston and be like, hi, Winston, I'm Mercy. Here you go. You know, like, we don't want to be giving ourselves to the Winston. We want to try and make the Winston work for us. All right, we keep on going, though. Unfortunately, I felt they're going to end up capping it, which is unfortunate. I'm just going to have a bit of my drink while you guys respawn, because it's boiling in the UK today. But we keep on going. I'd go and heal your D.Va as soon as possible here. Not only because obviously they're being dove by the Reaper, but also because you want the ult charge. When Echo uses a focus beam, try to damage boost her, okay? I know that she's really, really weak, okay? But as soon as she gets to above that half HP line, and you know that the enemy Winston is going to take a lot of damage because he's gone below half HP, go for the damage boost. Obviously, with Echo's focus beam, it does more damage to people that are below half HP. So as soon as we can, chuck on that damage boost. If we can chuck on that damage boost, we eliminate that Winston here. That's a free team fight win for us, basically. So just make sure that we're pushing that damage boost a little bit more there. Nice damage boost here, though, onto the Echo. If you feel like Echo's going into somewhere that's out to your LOS, by the way, just make sure that we're just kind of vibing up on the top, though. There's no need to kind of follow her if we think, oh, she's going somewhere that I'm not going to be able to reach her. She's probably going to die. Oh, well. Oh, we just vibe on the high ground. All right, we keep going. I'm not on you. Nice peel for the diva. Nice damage boost as well as she goes in. Fine peel for your honor. I'll be looking for Blossom, so just play yourself nice. My only thing with this is just, if you can, as soon as you can, try to rotate yourself above. The reason is because we know they've got Reaper, and some Reapers are really unhinged and will just casually ult that and kill free. So if you can, as you're kind of helping this honor out here, make sure that we're rotating ourselves up into this high ground. I would have honestly been on this high ground for the majority of this team fight. And the reason is because it's going to, obviously, if the Winston wants to get us, he has to force, what's it called? He has to force his jump to get up onto you. Reaper has to TP onto you. You have so much, you know, good capabilities here if you're playing up on this high ground throughout the entire team fight. Alright, but it's all good. Keep going. Nice rotation up onto the top with your Echo. That's all good. I would just kind of vibe up here on this high ground with your Echo, to be honest. I know that your Sojourn's down below, but it's all good. Nice. Do not Valk for Blizzard. Do not Valk for Grav. They are probably the two main ultimates that we should never, ever Valk for, right? The reasoning is because we don't, with Grav, right? Grav is a lot of focus fire onto one certain area and everyone just ends up dying, right? So obviously we can't just sit there and just kind of sit there and heal throughout the Grav and everything, because obviously, you know, we can't do that as Mercy, right? So that's why we never Valk for Grav. The other one, we never ever Valk for Blizzard. Why is that? Well, everyone's frozen. Nobody can do anything about it. We don't have anyone like a Kiriko or like a BAP or something to be able to kind of mitigate some of that damage. So what ends up happening is, as soon as people are frozen, everyone just focuses fire and they just die, okay? Whenever you have a really good Blizzard happen, at that point, it's just a GG's, that team fight, we go next kind of thing, okay? They're like, I think, two of the very few ultimates where you shouldn't really do anything for them. I'm trying to think of any others off the top of my head, but they're like my biggest like main two, where if it hits a lot of your team, just die and reset, okay? So if you can, try just to not Valk for this ultimate. I'm going to see what you end up doing anyways. What you could do here is, if obviously you end up popping your Valk, try if you can to body block for someone, because we have that Valk. We have our regen as well in Valk. So what we can do here is we can go in and maybe body block a tiny bit for, say, our Sojourn, if they decide to go and, you know, damage themselves, you know, go for our Sojourn at this point. So yeah, we lose this. Okay, hold on, let me see. Unfortunately, it's the primal, so you can't even, like, what's it called? Yeah, at this point, just back off, reset. Yeah. I would have backed off and reset a long time ago before that, okay? Because your Echo's wasted their ultimate. But at the same time as well, they've wasted their Reaper ultimate as well, and they've also wasted Valk, in my opinion, as well. So, yeah, so just try if you can. Don't be, what's it called? A, don't Valk for Blizzard, but also B, as soon as you see all your teams getting rolled like that, just back out, reset, go again. Because we want to try and get ourselves out so we don't end up, you know, staggering as well. Nice, we ended up getting out though, which is really, really great. We have ourselves our Sojourn ult. We have no nano for it though, so we're going to be looking to try and follow up on the overclock if we can. Nice peel for your honor here though, very, very nice. As soon as your honor's safe though, make sure we're going to our Sojourn a little bit sooner. Even if we're kind of rotating ourselves to our Sojourn, we can still drop back down for our Honor if desperately needed. But I would just still be looking to kind of rotate with her a little bit sooner than what we did. Remember, don't GA into a Winston. We can do a GA bunny hop and play down here. And then if he tries to dive us, GA's back and we can go back through with our Sojourn or something here. But right now, we're doing a lot of our GAs kind of like just into the Winston, okay? Wait for the Winston to use his dive to get onto us and then GA, okay? Because we want to try and bait out his jump before we go for it. All right, keep going though. They end up getting in, which is unfortunate. We just go again. I hope, yeah, I was supposed to say, I hope she didn't bomb there. And she didn't, which is good. Okay, so we got Nano for next team fight. Might Nano in Diva or something, or might Nano in your, what's it called, your Echo or something. I respect the pistol in here. Because obviously, you know, you want to try and earn a little bit more of your ult charge as well, so it's all good. Very, very nice. Use a crouch GA there to be able to get under it. Nice. Instead of doing that mini super jump though, use that kind of, instead of doing that mini super jump, look to reposition yourself all the way over here. Because you end up kind of doing the mini super jump and then kind of like doing a slow like fall over here. Instead, keep it up and then sling yourself back round here. Because then it means that we can get to our Bastion a little bit sooner as well to help with his turret form. Which we end up doing, which is great, but we could have definitely got there a little bit sooner. Nice. Make sure that we're going up with our Echo a little bit sooner than what we have done. Because what happens, right, is Diva's used her bomb to be able to zone these guys backwards. Who is the only person that is able to attack these guys while the bomb's active? It's your Echo. We just want to try and be with whoever's doing the damage at that time, which is your Echo. So we just want to try and make sure that we're pushing up with her a little bit sooner than what we have done. Nice ping onto the Reaper, though. Very, very nice. Obviously, great awareness. Nice peel for your Honor as well. Very, very nice. Very nice. Nice. Okay, awesome. So we have quite a few ultimates for the next team fight. We have Copy, we have Nano, and obviously we have Valk as well. So I'd be looking to try and just help our Echo out as much as we can. Allow our Honor to heal up back, so there's no need for us to drop in. Very, very nice. Love how you do that. Try if you can, don't just super jump yourself up like this into LOS of these guys. Do just like mini GA cancels and then do a mini super jump just to get yourself up to about eye level of her. Nice res. Obviously, you know you got your Bastion as well to help with that res. Nice damage boost on the turret for him. Nice. I respect the Valk there, because obviously you're scared that he's going to blossom and everything. You want the extra beams, which is all good. Nice. Love as well. I love this Valk. Stormie, this has been your best Valk yet. I have loved all of this Valk. I loved all your positioning, because obviously you're trying to stall out the cart here. I loved your beam management. Just overall, everything in this Valk Stormie has been played so, so well. I love this Valk. This is great. Just unfortunately, the Echo ends up going in. That's what Mercy to use the opportunity to be able to go and res. Just same thing again, if you used to try and help your Diva, make sure that we're slinging ourselves back out and away. Because obviously, you know, the high charge Zarya is going to be coming in. And May is going to be back alive as well. So we just want to make sure that we're backing ourselves out. So just make sure that we're using that GA to get back ourselves out a little bit more than what we did do. But nice. Nice peel for Honor. Same thing again, make sure that we damage boost our Honor. I know that you're trying to look for the Bastional right now, which is really, really great. I love as well how you realize it's in spawn, so you just go straight back. Really, really nice. But yeah, just keep on focusing on damage boosting people that are main right now. Nice. Instead of doing a super jump here, by the way, do this as a sling so you get up onto this high ground a little bit sooner than what you end up doing. Damage boost the thingy ult here as well. Nice res. Go after the Moira. Go on. Oh no, man, she's dying to the bomb anyways. And oh, good. Okay, so Stormie, overall, I really, really like your VOD. Okay, this is really, really great from you. I just overall just really, really enjoyed it. It started off really, really strong, got a little bit iffy towards the middle, but I feel like we've ended it out as well really, really strong. Okay, I really enjoyed it. Reses were really great. I feel like that's kind of like one of your main things that you're really, really great at is your reses. I have no issues with them whatsoever. Your Valks as well were really, really great. Specifically, that last Valk was beautiful. I loved that last Valk from you. It was really, really great. I also love your peel as well for your honor. It feels like you're really looking out for your honor, like you're always there, like whenever the diva dives, so like you were there to kind of help heal her and everything, which is really, really great. Just overall, really, really great, okay? My main thing with your Stormie is your kind of positioning slash movements. The reasoning is because we're doing a lot of these mini super jumps, okay? Stop them. I don't want to see any mini super jumps in the next VOD that I do from you, okay? Instead, utilize doing angled slings up onto high grounds and be kind of looking to kind of use cover. And, you know, for example, like with the Winston, right? Don't just be doing mini super jumps in front of the Winston or above the Winston thinking, oh yeah, I'm safe, I'm fine, okay? Instead, you know, try to use them as like angle slingshots, get yourself over to the side, play there if you're safe, and then if Winston decides to come and jump us, we have a GA ready to be able to get ourselves out, okay? So I want you to try and just kind of do that some more. My other as well thing is follow up with your honor a lot more and follow up on like people's damage a lot more. What I mean by this is you did it a few times with the diva diving in, which is really, really great, but I want you to do that more. Same with the echo. If the echo's going in aggressively, don't be afraid to flick on that damage boost. It's the same with your honor whenever she slaps someone or whether she was going for a nade after the sleep, okay? We want to try and push that damage boost as much as possible when we're doing them opportunities. Just mainly purely because we want to try and, you know, like secure them kills as quick as we can, okay? So just make sure that we're trying to push that damage boost a lot more onto kind of like them kind of scenarios. But that is really, really great. I'm used to playing into Winston, so it's not a common thing that I need to learn about. It's very similar to a diva, but with a slightly longer cooldown. The reasoning is because obviously he has the like when he's playing, you know, when with Winston and Diva's kind of what they want to do against Jubas and Mercy is very, very similar, where they will use their movement abilities to come and dive you and eliminate you, okay? Now, let's say if you use your GA before they go for the dive, that just makes their lives 10 times easier because, you know, they see, oh, she's just used her big, like, movement ability, ba-bam, they're on you, they're gone, okay? But obviously, if we instead wait for them to use their dive or wait for them to use their boosters, then we can then rotate ourselves and play away. Wisdom plays very, very similar as well to a diva, where you kind of like just want to make sure that we're playing out of, you know, the way of them and just playing like our distance. And if you can, try to play high ground above them, because then you're forcing them to dive up onto you and they could just like rotate away. So that's my best kind of piece of advice to play against Winstons. But honestly, I feel like you did it pretty well. It was like, especially for peeling for your honor, it was just when it came to your survivability against them, okay? But yeah, other than that though, Stormie, you played really, really well. Just obviously work on them few things that I just talked about to you. But once again, thank you so much on YouTube as well as on Twitch that have been watching this. You guys can get your own VOD views. I talk about it at the start of the video, so go on, look at that if you guys want. But yeah, just once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!